YouTube, I swear. YouTube, YouTube, I swear. Can I get a fucking Hubie Halloween in chat? If not for me, for him. There we go. There were already some in chat. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. Oh man. I want to position it to where we can see. Ooh, we can see Grammy. Now we're cooking with oil. Do you say cooking with oil or cooking with grease? I don't know what the phrase is. I don't know. It's probably a good sign. I didn't have to restart the stream. I don't know if it's a positive or a negative. I think it's a positive, even though I should consider it good luck when I have to restart the stream. I'm going to say now, ooh, I've got one of those Friday headaches. Cooking with gas, cooking with fire, cooking with oil, cooking with fire, cooking with gas. The phrase is cooking with gas. That was a test. Most of you passed it. People in the South say cooking with peanut oil. Smoking diesel. Learning about indie production, having some food. David, what kind of food are you having? Dude, I'm telling you, this gremlin child. I'm so close to petting him. It's not happened, but he is smelling my wife's hand. He'll smell her hand and not swat at it. So, gosh, we're getting close. We're getting close to petting Grammy Boy. I'm going to start making some announcements once we get 100 people here, if 100 people show up. I'm actually going to make announcements. This will actually be a live stream where I say what's happening. Some good announcements, some half good announcements. No, I think they're all good. And I'm not just saying that. I think I'm glad that I'm going to announce stuff today because I do feel like the announcements are good. Whereas maybe if you, it was a Fast Time. You want to know what? You want to know some trivia? I've never watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I've seen clips. I have a working knowledge of, I know the characters' names, Spicoli, right? But I've never sat down and watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. To finish my point, I'm glad I'm waiting until this live stream to make some of these announcements because I think I have better perspective on it. But yeah. I'll wait till there's hopefully 100 people. Hopefully we get 100 people in here. I still feel like I'm in the Kickstarter. It's just wild. Today I was talking to not a friend, somebody I didn't know, but somebody that asked if they could reach out and get and pick my brain about Kickstarters. Adam, I should just wear a t-shirt. Mike Flanagan's not my vibe. I don't vibe on Mike Flanagan's work. I'll leave it at that because there's no point of me even. I don't want to start the stream off with a negative rant. It's just not my vibe. I think at this point, that's the best way to say it. Oh, wow, Maddie. Nice. First stream since the Kickstarter. Well, then it makes sense that I was about to say, I feel like I'm still in the Kickstarter, because I was talking to this person who was asking for advice. And I mean, with everything I was saying, it was like it was actionable advice that I was still using and utilizing. You know what I mean? I was like, here's what you're going to do. You want to make sure you do this 2 weeks in, this 2 months in, this at this point. And I was like, my hackles were raised. You know what I mean? My hackles were raised. Just telling this person like Kickstarter advice. Shit, what happened? With what, Ken? Nothing yet. But do I go on podcasts? I do, but I will say, I don't know that I will go on any podcast between now and getting the film done because it's just wall-to-wall work every day and trying to stay on top of the day jobs. It is a lot. I don't know what kind of free time I have, if any. Haven't locked down Bruce McCullough for Onyx's father. We can talk about that. We can talk about it's such. I've talked about it on the live streams before, but the juggle of keeping this thing at a lower budget. Oh, Ken, I was talking about Midnight Mass. There's no point in me talking about Mike Flanagan stuff. At this point, it's just not a vibe for me. That's the best way to say it. You got to keep the film small, but you want to get those cameos in there, and some of those cameos might cost more money, and that upsets the idea of keeping a film small. No, Untold Hour, we are coming back, and if anything, that's why I probably shouldn't do any other podcasts, because like it's enough just to keep one night open a week with all of the pre-production stuff. I wish Grammy Boy could be in the movie. I don't know. You could shoot him and cut him in. There is a cat in the movie. Whoa! No Midnight Mass spoilers. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Let's be careful. I don't think everybody's watched it yet. But I don't think Grammy Boy won't let me pet him. I don't know that he would be in a film and let me direct him. But it's all good, Psycho Bob. I haven't finished Midnight Mass because I'm not enjoying any aspect of it at all. But for people that really want to watch it, we should stay away from spoilers. Also, I've already heard some spoilers for Halloween Kills. Please don't say any Halloween Kills spoilers. Even though I'm not expecting to love the movie, I like going into it blind. The Botez sisters I've worked with. I did work for Team Envy, and I did a live stream with them. We almost got 100 people in chat. That's when the news is going to start dropping. So I'm going to start dropping news. Okay. 99, 105. All right. Here comes the news. Ken, let's talk about Grammy Boy, because I have some specific questions about how to pet him. All right. Here's the first big piece of news. A lot of you could see it coming. A lot of you have asked about it. A lot of you have assumed it's happening. This might not be that groundbreaking to hear, but we are pushing production on the Onyx film to the spring. We are not shooting until March. It's a big push, but let me explain why. The reasons for the push, primarily the casting of Bartok. That would be number one, right? But that wasn't enough to push. What happened that made the push kind of inevitable was that another cast member didn't back out, but got booked on something for the fall. And it's somebody that we really, really want in the film. And it's one thing to scramble and try to recast one role, but to try to recast two, especially these roles, is too much to pull off, especially while you're still dialing in, getting the local crew and all of that. So, of course, I was bummed. Of course, there was like a mourning period of, wow, I'm not going to be in Massachusetts in the fall. Okay. I'm going to be there in the spring. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not the type of person to arbitrarily reframe something as a positive. I'm a 4 on the Enneagram, not a 7. But inarguably, things already look better for the spring in regards to crewing up, in regards to casting, and especially in regards to the COVID of it all. And everybody has more time, Baron, I would call that the not so great news, just because it could seem worrisome to people. That's all. Marty, you're for it? Heck yeah. So going in the spring, even if my left nut plays Bartok, we're going in the spring. Perfect question, Aha. Will it still have an October vibe? That is my main concern. My main concern. Yes. Here's the thing. Halloween was shot in the spring in Los Angeles. So our plan is to get to Massachusetts at the tail end of winter. The goal is to miss the snow, even though there's still risk that there'll be snow in March. Our goal is end of March, like March 21st. Hopefully, no snow. The trees have not gone into bloom yet. So, still creepy fall looking trees, but not yet spring on camera, right? But, and start saving leaves. Yeah, exactly. And so, darts, exactly. Like basically, shoot it in the spring, edit it in the summer, have it for, Fantastic Fest or like TIFF of next year. So, part of me is like, oh, that's a year from now. Ooh, I was dreaming of being almost having the movie done a year after the Kickstarter wrapped. Some people thought I was insane. Maybe I was. Pushing for the fall might have been unrealistic to begin with. But we will at least be filming now after a year after the Kickstarter wrapped. You know what I mean? Like March 21st to April 15th is the window we're looking at. Somebody asked about rewards. Well, rewards are going to start going out before then. Like anybody that I've got Fight the Lull pins, I've got 8x10s, posters. Oh, the toy prototype. Did everybody see that? So, David, could we shoot establishing shots outside in the fall? Let me tell you. But first, let me go get my toy. The wild thing is only 30 people are getting this thing. Isn't that crazy? Only 30 people. Oh my gosh. How did I not mention the IATSE strike? Right. That's also something that was like, really? We're going to try to pull this off now? Meaning the film. I'm not bad mouthing the strike. We got this prototype in. Everybody see. Does everybody know you can buy alternate colors of this? This original coloring is only for backers, but anybody can buy the blue or green version. Can I put that in chat? Because I would really love to sell out of these. We've sold about 40 and we need to sell 100. That's my goal, is to sell 100 of these. So Thomas, if you gave at a tier where getting a copy of the film is part of your rewards package, though that will not happen until the film is done. We're saving your entire package, right? But if your reward is not film dependent, you will get it sooner. Yeah, you'll get it sooner. No, the goo one glows in the dark, not the ghoul one. Does that make sense, Thomas? Look at that guy. Come on, focus. Logitech Brio. Can you freaking focus, dude? It's a lot bigger than I thought, right? Love it. I'd probably get sued if I made a weird Arby's guy action figure, if it had the Arby's logo on it. Yeah. Okay, but there were a couple other great questions there. Can we shoot establishing shots outside? It's really not necessary because there's going to have you're going to maybe have 3 establishing shots of the mansion. There's 2 exterior scenes at the mansion, and then it's the cemetery. So it's the cemetery. That's the important thing. The cemetery's got to look creepy. The cemetery's got to look like fall. That's what I'm most concerned about. We don't really have much exterior at the mansion. I don't know that Arby's would want product placement. They've never reached out to me, and I've tried to talk to them on Twitter and stuff. a bunch. Where's my iced coffee so I can go full? Thomas, if you backed with a copy of the film as part of your rewards, you will not be getting that until the film is done. Yeah, because otherwise we're paying for shipping twice, and we did not budget for that. We budgeted for shipping everybody's package once, you know? Where's my iced coffee that I shouldn't be drinking at 6 o'clock? Sorry, Grammy, I didn't mean to wake you up, buddy. Hold on. Gotta find this iced coffee. This is really important. Oh my gosh. There's like one sip left. So that's the first bit of news. Was I initially bummed? Yes. Was I initially concerned because I want the film to look like a creepy Halloween movie? Yes. Oh, last week? Oh, I can tell you about that. My freelance job last week. I think I can talk about it. I was working on a show. I was working on a show. All I can say is it was an esports show for Luminosity Gaming. Shout out vids, like digital rewards. We may start farming those out sooner than later. Yeah. Oh, nice, expensive. I'm glad you look forward to these live streams. I apologize for missing the last 2 weeks. I forget what was going on 2 weeks ago, but last week, this Luminosity Gaming show, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay. Shooting, and then honestly, like, you know, you got to look. I know the palm trees in the original Halloween, they throw me too. But Muggsy, what about the online version of the film? Will we still be getting our packs then, or do we have to wait till the film comes out? I'm not sure if I understand that question. You will get your screener link when the film is complete, and you will get your VHSs when the film is complete. Oh, here's some bummer news. The green VHSs might not be slime green, but they'll be green. That's all. I mean, I'm still looking, but the place that has the amount that we need, they're green, but they're not slime green. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I feel so much shame. So if I get the goo doll, it would be sent along with my film stuff. No, the toys are separate. The toys, this color toy you can only get as a backer at the $1,000 level or higher. The goo and the ghoul toys you can just buy, and they ship as soon as they're made, but they're not made for 8 to 12 months because of how long it takes for the vinyl turnaround. If you're only getting the digital copy, would you receive anything else prior to the actual film release? Well, if you only got the digital copy, what else would you be receiving? Do you know what I mean? Bernard, I know it's green. It's not slime green, but it's green. The options were like this color green or red. And I was like, it's got to be fucking green, dude. It's got to be fucking green, dude. We're still looking, but the place that slime can be any color. Dustin's right. Hey, slime can be dark yellow. You know what I mean? Remember our slime party at the very end of the Kickstarter? Okay, let me think if there's yeah. If people just start backing out because they're not slime green, I'd be like, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Okay. Why don't we talk good news? And then we'll just have an open discussion around all news. I'm going to announce some cast. Some of them won't be a surprise, but it's still good news. The poster we're not selling full size yet. It's just the 11x14 version for the Kickstarter. Oh, okay, Muggsy, I'm following you now. If the only version you're getting is the digital version of the movie, but you are getting other physical products, will you get your physical products shipped prior to the movie? That is a good question, and I actually don't know the answer. So I need to think about that. Most likely, yeah. Yeah, most likely we could get you your other products first. Copy that. Okay. Yeah, the comic was done before the Kickstarter. I'm getting it printed, but the comic was done before the Kickstarter, colored and lettered, everything. Grant, will the online screener be a multiple viewed link? Like you can watch it many times, or can you only watch it once? No, I think it's like I don't I honestly I shouldn't say. I don't have the answer. Can you raise to $1,000 for the original doll? No, the Kickstarter is over. And then okay, yeah. So Muggsy, if you got physical stuff and only a digital copy of the movie, I'm going to say you will most likely receive that stuff before the movie comes out because we're already kind of halfway through the creation of that stuff. We have the keychain. No, I got the keychains, stickers. We're waiting on some hats. We're waiting on one of the t-shirts, but we've already got a lot of the stuff. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a rental or an own. It might be a rental, the digital copy. It might expire like a screener link if you've ever got like a screener link from a studio or something, but I'm not sure. Okay. Let's start announcing some cast. Grant, I know I keep interrupting myself by answering questions. I'm sorry. Muggsy, it's all good. Other than the Blu-rays that you get by backing at the Blu-ray level, you will have to be purchasing the film through our distributor. So yes, there will be, I believe, physical Blu-rays released, but our distribution deal is not solidified. So that we might not have a Blu-ray release other than the Kickstarter Blu-rays. That's something to think about. I'm curious to see how it all shakes out. Like if in a couple years, I don't know how successful the film will be, but if it is successful enough to have a cult following, it'll be like it'll be like a Blu-ray of it could be rare because it was only a Kickstarter reward. You know what I mean? These will be the rarest fucking things ever. If Onyx blows up after the movie and there's only 30 of these, that's fucking cool. That's tight. Okay. Let's announce some cast. Soundtrack on vinyl. Hell yeah. Playing Onyx the Fortuitous, Andrew Bowser. Let's get a round of applause for Andrew Bowser playing Onyx the Fortuitous. Next in line, let's announce who's playing. Now, I should say, let me say this. All subject to change. Especially because now we're shooting in March. These were people that said yes to being in the film when our plan was to shoot this month. Could it change? Yes. Understand all of this could change, okay? Okay. Playing Onyx the Fortuitous, Andrew Bowser. Playing Farah, the Demon Succubus, Olivia Taylor-Dudley. Okay? Round of applause for Olivia Taylor-Dudley. Okay? Yeah, even Onyx is subject to change. I might fucking bail on this shit. I might fucking bail. Playing Shelley, Stephanie Weir. Do people know how much of a genius Stephanie Weir is? If you don't know, look up Stephanie Weir and watch any of her Mad TV stuff. Watch a round of applause for Stephanie Weir. Watch any of the sketches she did during quarantine, but she was great on a show called The Comedians on FX. Yeah, Stephanie Weir as Shelley. I'm telling you, I really hope she's still available in March. She's my fave. Okay. Playing Angelique, who I think when we did the no, her name was Angelique at the live read. At one point the character had a different name. I also think the name still might change. But anyway, playing Angelique is Jessica Parker Kennedy. Round of applause for Jessica Parker Kennedy. Some familiar faces showing up in this cast. Some real ones. Some old school Bowser supporters. So JPK, we got OTT, we got JPK, we got Stephanie Weir, we got APB. My middle name is Paul. And then playing Mac, Rivka Reyes. Rivka Reyes playing Mac from the live read. They are on board and down to clown. Round of applause for Rivka Reyes. So, now look, I know it seems odd that I had to wait months to announce people being in the film that a lot of you already assumed were going to be in the film. But it takes time. It takes time to be allowed to say that publicly. Okay. I cannot announce Mr. Duke yet, and I have no bar talk. So that's where we are. That's where we are. No, Mr. the Dude, we're still casting for Bartok. Still casting for Bartok. Okay, so that's the haps. That's the haps. Whoa, Franco, what's in the bag? Greetings. Jennifer Van Damsel. Yeah, JVD. So, what else? What else? Oh, whoa, yeah, sorry. Wait. And playing Todd, Ryan Stanger. Woo! Sorry. All our Vice, we have already talked about this on the live streams. I do not wish to say anything about the occult one way or the other. My film is a fucking comedy, and it's about ghouls. I don't. You take from it what you want to take from it. I don't need to say bullshit about my beliefs. Ryan Stanger, everybody, playing Todd. Stang me nasty. Stang me dirty. Okay. What else is there to talk about? I do it for the goo and the ghouls. Okay. I do it for the goo and the ghouls. Also, I don't know if you know what my personal convictions are. I might be ghoul heavy. So have my parents watched my videos? Yeah, probably. The amount of time I've been on the earth, pretty sure my parents have taken a peek. What a great chwas. I agree. I agree. Stanger is a great chwas. Ron, you're in a bar. I like the idea of people watching these live streams like out and about. Yeah. All right. So to recap what I have said so far, we are pushing the shoot to the spring. We are making green VHS tapes that aren't quite slime colored. We got toys in production for the backers and toys for sale. Link in chat. And we announced Olivia Taylor-Dudley as Farah, Rivka Reyes as Mac, Jessica Parker Kennedy as Angelique, Andrew Paul Bowser as Onyx, Ryan Stanger as Todd, and Stephanie Weir as Shelley. Real fun group. Now all we have to do is cross our fingers that everybody remains interested and available when March comes around. That's the mission now. Have Onyx meet up with Scars. That would be fantastic. So, any questions? What's going on? What's popping? I've got one of those Friday headaches, I've got one of those Friday headaches. Yeah, still set for Massachusetts. Yeah, all of that is still the plan. I mean, that was the big thing in deciding to push was, would it change any of the larger elements that are already in place? So before we decided to push, we reached out to the location, um, and they were fine with it. Who will voice the box monster? I actually have two really talented voice actors in mind for both Box Demon and Beefy Bad Boy. Will I ever have a meet and greet for the film? Probably. Probably. You know, if we get this done and it's in time to do like a Monster Palooza or something, I could see showing the film at a Monster Palooza. Craig Zoller. Shauna, is that, or Sean, sorry, is that like dragged across concrete? Is that right? No, Abaddon, I think, will be voiced by a voice actor as well. Ooh, you know what would be fun is to, yeah, do like a Monster Palooza and have like the Beefy Bad Boy there and have the ghouls up on bust stands and all of that. Chucky TV show I have not watched yet, but you better believe I will be watching it. I have, yeah, Craig Zoller, I haven't seen any of his films. I don't have an opinion. I haven't seen any of them. Thank you, Sprinkle Cake. Prisoners of Ghostland, I have not watched yet. Yeah, Frightmare, Monster Palooza, for sure, for sure. We might be shooting on like Alexa Minis, maybe. Yeah. Uh-oh, Derek, go take care of that diarrhea. Oh, Rocket, what a great idea. Have the haven't watched Squid Game. Haven't watched Squid Game. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I think I'm gonna send out a Kickstarter update tomorrow that announces the cast. I watch a horror movie every night, no matter what. That's what I do to go to bed. Last night I was watching When a Stranger Calls, the original. Amanda, my directing style. That's a good question. I don't know if I'd know how to define it because I don't know how other people direct, but I will say this. When I see how other people direct, it feels very foreign to me. Sometimes. Other times it doesn't. You know, it's so funny. When I watch behind the scenes of Tim Burton and Robert Zemeckis, it feels like what I do. I'm not trying to say I'm as talented as them, but what I'm saying is, I don't think I could post more than once a week. I'm just swamped, magromped on all of this stuff. I also, somebody had a good question up there, but my directing style. Oh, mansion doorbell to be do 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 do. That's can I write that down? Can I steal that idea? Hold on, let me steal the idea. I'm literally writing it in my Onyx notes. I have notes that say Onyx final thoughts on July 30th. These aren't the final thoughts. Oh, Zachary, log into your Kickstarter account, change your mailing address. High Spirits was a great movie. Ringtone Transylvania 65000. Okay. Here's my conjuring style. Oh my gosh. I'm not a conjuring guy. I'm not a James Wan guy. So like that stuff's not my vibe. Okay. My vibe is a very calm one. I like rehearsing. And then here's the thing. I would say I'm a very intuitive director because I'm also a performer. So I worked with a DP once who would see the actors doing something wrong, and he'd be like, "Are you gonna tell them to fix that?" And I said, "You know what, dude? I'm gonna tell them to fix that 3 takes in. I'm waiting for them to get comfortable. I'm waiting for them to find their confidence and find a groove. And if they're still doing that thing that's bothering you and that's bothering me, then I tell them to fix it." But I feel like I've got a lot of insight into people and into why they do certain things and why they behave certain ways. And a lot of times, directing is just watching, trying to understand contextually what the behavior is that you're seeing, why, and then shaping it. But it's best not to come in after take 1 and go, "You gotta be a lot angrier." Like, you got like, you said that was like a 1, you gotta get to a 12. Ready? And action. You know what I mean? I think it's about, like, shaping and having the confidence that the people performing have what you have in your head. It's in them somewhere. You don't have to fucking put it on as an accessory. It's about kind of getting into their little their spirit and kind of guiding it. And it's very subtle at times. And a lot of people I work with, they don't like that subtlety. They want to just, hey, you flubbed that line. Take it again. They may not need to be told to take it again. You flubbed that line. What they may need to be told is, you seem a little in your head. Are you okay? Because I might know they flubbed that line because they're in their head. Sometimes the note is not the note. You don't need to say, stop flubbing your lines. You need to say, hey, take a breath. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Let's try it just between us. Let's try whispering the scene together. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden the words get more comfortable in their mouth. And the next take, no flubs. So I don't know. I guess I would say I'm an intuitive director. But, ooh, passive aggressive? Who? Not me. No way. Maybe you're not saying it about me. No, I'm the opposite of passive aggressive. Intuitive isn't passive aggressive. Intuitive is trusting. Yeah, actors, director, but sometimes I think actors, director seems like you're saying you don't work well with the crew, and I do, you know. Um, the approach, no, I don't think it's passive aggressive though. I think you might be applying the wrong term to that. Feeling, sensing, right. Like, it doesn't frustrate me if somebody's not doing the thing I want. I like the adventure of, like, getting that rhythm between us where instead of forcing it every take, you actually just get there together and then you're in the pocket. Then you're in the pocket. And I think that is because I'm an actor, because I know it's not external direction that will help a lot of times. It's getting in here. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. Oh man, I watched Midnight Run this week. Holy fuck. What a good movie. Daniel, you might have missed the top of this stream. Is it possible that uh if people have questions, maybe people in the chat could and then another Daniel, you'd be down if I weren't so passive aggressive. um You know, one of my pet peeves, not to get off on a rant, when I'm directing and somebody feels like, this is like, if I'm working with an actor or a host and I can tell they're nervous, right? And uh, they're flubbing their line. I won't call out that mistake because I can get a read on them. And I know calling out that mistake in front of the crew is going to make them more nervous. So I ignore the mistake and I give them a note that kind of puts their mind in a different direction. They can focus on something else. The next time through, they don't make that mistake anymore because their mind isn't fixating. And right before I give them the note I know they need, my DP goes, and can you tell them they fucked up that line? Cool. And I'm like, yeah, well, you don't. Whoa. The thing I love about directing is that I am the one who talks to the actors. You know, I hate it when the vibe gets disrupted, and anybody can upset the vibe. Assistant directors can upset the vibe. And that's a pet peeve. When my vibe is like chill and an AD, right, shattering my mosaic of mental molding. Um, and then if an AD says, "Hey, what if we make everybody nervous as fuck?" You know? Also, the time of the day is in my brain. I ADs are absolutely wonderful, but all I'm going to say is this: I'm not the kind of director to get lost in the day and not know how much time we have, dude. I'm the king of making days. He says, knock on wood. Um, I'm the king of making days. I've had producers come to me and be like, dude, we've got an hour left. We've got an hour left, dude. We've got 5 more setups, dude. And I'm like, calm down. We have 5 more setups. And guess what? They're the easiest setups of the day. And they're the setups that I can blaze through without even cutting. We're not even going to cut between takes. And I'm going to give live direction as they're going. And we're going to get everything dialed in and wrap on time. And the producer's like, all right, well, I'm just saying, dude, it's your ass. That energy, dude, that energy. You know what I mean? Keep it chill. I'm also, it's a weird combination of I'm out of my head finally when I'm directing. I'm not in my head anymore. And yet I'm very quiet when I'm directing. I had an AD work with me once. In between setups, I'm silent. I don't have conversations. I don't go and get snacks. I don't get on the phone. I don't text. I don't look at my phone. When I'm directing, I'm just right here. And I had an AD come up to me and he said, "You're one of those thinkers." And I was like, "What's that?" And he said, "You're one of those directors that you just like to think. You don't want to talk." And I said, "Yep." And I just sat there and I go through the setups. I think about where I can save time, where I can catch up. I think about any shots we could lose. I think about any shots I want to add. But I am only ever thinking about what we are doing on set. And, I know a lot of people that get on their phone. I know a lot of people that are talking about the next gig, talking about the next job. No, dude. I am. Also, yes, I could direct Klaus Kinski because, DP is director of photography. I mean, I've directed Tommy Wiseau. Everybody's going to have it. Here's an interesting directing story, okay? Sometimes, okay, picture this. Say you have an actor that very naturally does something that you like. Say you have an actor who every time they say a line, they go, okay, at the end of the line, right? And you want more of that. And he's doing it naturally. He's like, hey, we got to get this show on the road, okay? I mean, if we don't get to the car by 5, we're not going to make it to the bank, okay? And he does this weird thing. And you're looking at monitor and you're like, God damn, dude, I want more of that weirdness. Sometimes you don't want to tell the actor what you want because then it actually breaks for them. And they go, what do you mean I'm saying okay? Oh, well, at the end of most of your lines, you have a vocal tick where you kind of breathe in and you say, hey, I want more of that. I think it's really interesting and unique for the character. And he's like, I didn't realize I did that. Oh, all right, well, let's do it again. And then the next take, he doesn't do it at all. Or he does it and it's forced. So sometimes you have to say, you know what's making him say okay? It's his nerves, but I like it. And then you actually try to this sounds weird, you actually try to just maybe couch the actor in a bit more anxiety. I'm not saying make them more anxious, but give them the direction to, you know what? I think you need to even be more anxious, more excitable. I know that he'll start saying okay even more because I'm going to tell him to up the anxiety. So Tommy was like that. My point is, sometimes you're directing by being indirect. You're directing around what you want. You're directing more of like couching moments to keep what is happening naturally on the rails. Bradley Whitford is a absolute genius. Does that make sense? Somebody auditioned for the Onyx movie, and they do this thing with their voice where they go high every once in a while. And I don't know if they know they're doing it, but I will say, I love it. And if they don't do it on the day, I'll be like, where's that high pitched thing? And they might say, oh, I trained myself to lose that. It's a nervous tick. And I'd say, well, we got to get that back. So sometimes you have to have a deeper read on a person than you'd think. It's not as simple as saying, do that thing more. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, I meant to write down Bradley Whitford as yet another person we could talk to about Bartok. Who knows? Maybe. No, not Bradley Whit. Okay, I directed Tommy Wiseau. Indirected by, yeah. I directed Tommy Wiseau in 2 Nerdist sketches. Ask Remy Boy yourself. One was him auditioning to play the Joker. And one was then him as the Joker in a scene with Greg Sestero as Batman. And it was interesting. You're not gonna, if you tell him to focus on a certain word or a certain phrase, it's almost instinctual that he doesn't listen to you. And that's okay in a way, because yeah, exactly, Ken. When the observed becomes aware that they're being observed, they'll behave differently. So if you're catching something natural, you want to keep that safe. Tommy won't necessarily do what you say, but if you can make him think like he came up with the idea, he's more comfortable with it. And I don't think it's an ego thing. I think it's a comfort thing. I think he might be a little on edge when it comes to other people's ideas coming into his world. So sometimes you go to an actor and you don't come to them and say, all right, you got to be more mean. You go to them and you go, you know what? I like that tone. I'm wondering, let's see. If you're here right now, what's over here? It almost feels like you got to be up here. And then they go, oh, like even meaner. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's mean. That's what I need. I need you to be meaner. And they're like, yeah, okay. You have to bring people into the discovery, And I will say, people I've worked with, that people have told me, like, Bruce Campbell's not going to take direction from you. And I was like, okay. And guess what? When I worked with him on that Funny or Die video, he asked me for direction. And he was a wonderful man. And he asked me for a line reading. Actors, they want to be directed, not in the sense that they don't already have a plan, but they want to be directed because there's a lot of options in their heads. And it takes shaping it with them to make them feel like, not that the option is correct, but it's the correct option for your context, the film's context, the director's context, etc. Make sense? Okay. I don't know what, I talked about that for like 15 minutes. That was a good question, Amanda. I think that came from Amanda. My directing style. Is that what I am? Security through finesse. Yeah. Fred Armisen for Bartok might be a little too comedic. Might be a little too on the silly side. Goat Scroat. Why is that your name? There's got to be other updates. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, has everybody watched the latest Creature Kid video? Holy moly. Man, that's looking fan-fucking-tastic, isn't it? Oof. Looking so good. Looking so good. Yeah, Taylor, it's a combination of this is how I like to see it. There has to be something in the actor that is organically, naturally right for the role. And then from there, it's kind of a matter of like shaping the energy. But like Stephanie Weir is Shelley. I tell you, Ryan Stanger is Todd. I mean, there's not going to be. You got to get the base right. You got to get the base right. And then from there, it's just kind of shaping like the kind of outer ring of energy, the tendrils, you know? How much is in the budget for goo? All of it. All of it. You know what? Aha, too. When this movie's wrapped and that Abaddon creature has to go somewhere, that might need to go to somebody's house. I might be looking for a volunteer to take in Abaddon. I mean, my goodness. My goodness, that is a big, big bad boy. All right. Creature Kid. We're moving on the Madball fabrication for the Kickstarter backers. We're moving on the Battle Cats toys for the film are being created. Moving and grooving. For anybody that didn't see the top, we pushed the film to the spring, March. Okay. We have 4 out of our 6 cast members. No. 5 out of our 6 announced, right? Broke Horror Fan. Yeah, Little Willie went up on Altar. Oh, everybody should push out that link. It's really important that this gets a lot of views on Altar. I'll put the link in chat. Watch Lil Wills. Shout the link. Watch Lil Wills. Push out the link. So here's the thing. Would I sell the Mad Balls outside of the Kickstarter campaign? I don't want to sell anything outside of the Kickstarter campaign as it was given to backers. At least right now, I feel like that's a little unfair. But I could sell like an alternate version, an alternate color version. But you've got to sell them for enough to finance the making of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if you could sell those Mad Balls. I don't know that it would make sense. I think it would cost the amount that it would cost is the amount that it would cost to make. Does that make sense? Not that I need to make any profit from selling them, but I guess that's the point of selling things. Battle Cats toys. Yeah, I don't know. We could maybe like sell off the ones from the movie, but again, I mean, the creation of these things is not cheap. The vinyls, you kidding me? Expensivo. Timothy, I don't know. You'd have to look at your tier because I think there was an option to only buy the Blu-ray and only buy the VHS. So it depends what tier you got. Some tiers included the Blu-ray and the VHS, but not every tier. Alex, I think Onyx is just he, him. Yeah, as far as pronouns go, I think Onyx is a he, him. Mad Balls, Freak Balls. Benjamin Byron Davis. Who is that? Benjamin Byron Davis. Oh, yeah. Oh, that dude. Yeah. Totally. Borderlands also, right? Yeah. Other people I'm thinking about for Bartok, Peter Serafinowicz. Did anybody watch The Tick? I mean, he's done a million things, but Peter Serafinowicz. Peter Serafinowicz. Who else did I write down? Do people know who Michael Cerveris is? Michael Cerveris and Peter Serafinowicz are kind of like my top choices for Bar Talk right now. And, actually, they were both on The Tick. Peter Serafinowicz, Michael Cerveris. Michael Cerveris is a Broadway actor. He's won 2 Tonys, but he's also been on The Tick, The Nick, Mindhunter. I mean, a million shows. He's just one of those actors. What do people think about Toby Huss? Remember Toby Huss from Marty? Yeah, on The Tick, he plays like Ramses is his name on The Tick, I think. What? Oh yeah, Fringe, right? Yes, Cassandra. Yeah. Toby Huss from Pete and Pete. But think about Toby Huss being in Halloween. Maybe there's some horror cred there. I'm writing these names down. Tim, I wonder if I auctioned off the props. I wonder how much I'd actually make. Yeah, I don't know. There's not been any moves toward Peter Serafinowicz yet, but he's definitely a want. Thinking about it. Ty, the new Chucky TV show, Chucky is voiced by Brad Dourif. The original, Charles Lee Ray. Marty, that's a funny idea. Yeah. At the end of the Onyx movie, like at the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you show a scene from the fake Onyx movie, and it's Griffin. I love feeling up on this toy. I don't think Sjogren's here in chat, but I love it. I could just hold this. I could hold it all day. Look at the little rips in the vest for the wings to come out. I don't know if you can see the pins. There's a little shimmer on his goggles. His ring is colored. I just love it. Yes, I've watched a lot of riff tracks. I mean, I grew up on MST3K, for sure. I think having iced coffee at 7 p.m. is going to have great effects on my evening. Goodness gracious. Oh, dear. Okay. Bradley Whitford, Peter Serafinowicz. I really like the Michael Cerveris, Peter Serafinowicz vibe. I think that's an interesting vibe. Got about 2 minutes, and then I'll probably call it. Yeah. Get one more peek at Grammy Boy. Hey, Grammy, would you say hi to everybody? Grammy. Okay, well, sorry. He said he didn't care to say hi. Look, it's not my fault. I can't make him do what he doesn't want to do. Eric, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think how I should feel this many months out. I feel like I'm at a 6 because there's still a lot left to come together. We pushed to March. I hope people heard that. Richard Brake. Yeah. I like Richard Brake. Yeah. Oh, thank you. The eyes see no evil. Oh my gosh, Tom Hardy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, that would be huge. How do you think you could get Tom Hardy? Taylor, our budget is still pretty high for COVID. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we don't imagine March will be different as far as what the protocol required on sets is. So we're keeping it pretty high. I know, isn't that great that he's not on the wall anymore? I tried giving him a meow meow. He didn't say anything. He just kept his back turned to me. Horsenberger, drop me an email, Andrew at andrewbowserdirector.com. If you really think Tom Hardy could be a possibility, that'd be huge. He's a giant A-lister. All right, everybody. I watched every episode of Toast of London. Matt Berry is my king. Could the Goof fam do a special Halloween movie watch or something since filming is in March? Maybe. I gotta say, I don't know. My days have just been zapped and trapped. But maybe we could try to do a little Twitch watch along. I definitely wouldn't do it in character. Good seeing you, Drew. Good seeing everybody. Ken, no, you're thinking of Putty from Seinfeld is Patrick Warburton, not Peter Serafinowicz. All right. Matt Cordova, hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you. And, good news this week, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Talk to everybody later. Thanks again.